Saturday night baseball set to come your way from the Lodo section of downtown Denver. Tonight it's the third of this 4-game weekend series between the LA Dodgers and the Colorado Rockies. Major League Baseball on the show starts now. Antonio Senzatella, the right-hander from Venezuela, gets the starting nod in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Boy, Senzatella has really made a name for himself. Another one of the strong-arm, big-arm guys that have come out of the Colorado Rockies minor league system. 94 to 96 miles an hour, good sinking action. Love his slider. It's good, it's hard, it's a short, quick biting slider. His changeup has gotten better. His best quality, he's not afraid to attack the strike zone.
Jackie Robinson is in now as he watches a pitch for ball one. Now, boys, we take a look at the Rockies starting play here tonight. They come in a real funk to start the year. Still searching for what's been an elusive first win.
Yeah, Matty, if they're going to clean up their recent trend right now, they're going to have to find a way for it to start on the mound. They can't go out like last game and allow a bunch of runs and not play sound defense behind them. Both those things are going to have to change if this team's going to get it going in the right direction.
Well, that will bring a smile to a manager's face every single time. First hitter of the inning just squares it up and bounces it over the fence. Even if it stays in the yard, that's a double either way.
To the plate now, Pee Wee Reese. Line, but speared on a hop. And that's the first out. A chance now for the Los Angeles Dodgers starting lineup. Dero, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, Matty, the key to hitting the Coors Field is the fact that there's so much outfield ground for those guys to have to cover. There's a lot of base hits. Don't fall in love with the fact that you're going to drive the ball out of the park. That's going to happen naturally with just a good approach and a good pass at the baseball. But there's a lot of ground to cover in that outfield, which screams there are a lot of hits to be had.
Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going. One and one.
Man, that's one of those. How could you not swing at that one? A good take there on that pitch.
A little bit outside. 2-1. A man at third with one away. Right on the corner. 2-2. Line drive, base hit to right. The runner from third crosses the plate, and they've taken a 1-0 lead. Just an absolute laser that time, screaming off the bat, if you will. And Showtrack tells us it went out at 112 miles an hour. Those are the line drives you can hear as they go by. At the plate, Mike Piazza, as the first pitch to him's a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball one. One in, one out, and one on here in the inning. The 1-0 finds the zone, strike one. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Patrick Johnson.
You know, D-Roll, Patty Johnson, decent strike zone, but isn't always super consistent. I think that's one of the things that irritates players and pitchers.
Yeah, you're going to see a few glares, not only from the offensive guys, but maybe the guy on the mound as well. He needs to be a little bit more consistent.
Here comes the 1-2. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
The For the first pitch, a check at first. And a dive, but he's back. Into the box now, Matt Kemp. And he hits it hard to the right side. And that finds its way through for a base hit. He'll hold at second, and there are two aboard now.
Batting six, the third baseman, number 6, Trey Turner.
The speedy Trey Turner digs in now, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one.
Tough situation early out on the mound, but if he can limit the damage right here, might build some confidence and get him rolling.
Comes set, the 0-1.
No.
Lays off the slider, and it's 1-1. This is on the ground over to first. And the off-balance throw is right there for the third out, and a high degree of difficulty on that one as the side is retired. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. Fernando Valenzuela will be on the mound for the boys in blue. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, every team needs a pitcher like this one here. His numbers aren't going to blow you away. Career ERA just under 4. But one thing he does, he takes the ball every 5 days, throws strikes, and gives his team a chance to win every single time he goes out there. He'll be fun to watch in this one here today.
Todd Helton stands in as he looks at ball 1 here. Dan Dero, you check out this Dodger team as they enter play here tonight. Come in feeling good as they're 2-0 to start the new year.
Yeah, Matty, this is a classic case of hitting is contagious. They scored a bunch of runs last game, and this team is flying high right now. This is a fight at the bat rack.
1-1 to the Rockies' first baseman. Valenzuela is way up there among active pitchers in terms of career wins. He's earned more than 170 of them in his time at the big leagues. Swing and a miss. Couldn't get extended on the screwball, and it's 1-2.
Hey, great job by the offense right here to put a number up on the board and allow this young gun to go out on the mound, relax a little bit, and establish that good fastball.
And he'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. This is hit softly to third. And there's one gone to start the night.
Batting second.
Time now from Coors Field to take a look at the Rockies starting lineup. Mark, what do you have on this lineup as they go for their first win?
Yeah, Matty, a lot of professional at-bats up and down this lineup. I know they're behind right now, but it only takes one guy to set the tone and get the boys going.
And that'll bring in Garrett Hampson as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Batting third.
Base is empty, 2 away, and up next will be Vinny Castilla. First pitch on its way. Grounder down the line at third, but this is foul for the first strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Outside for a ball, 1-1. In there, 1-2 now. Now here's the pitch. Line to the right side. And Mookie will make the play, and that retires the side. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. Second inning upcoming here in Denver. The Dodgers lead it 1-0. And now here is Mookie Betts for his career in this matchup. He's gone 3 for 6. He's taken him deep once. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
1 ball, 1 strike. And he lays off for ball 1. Betts, who's often just referred to as plain old Mookie. He was a 5th-round pick back in 2011.
I know a lot of people weren't sure what this guy was going to become.
There's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one, without a doubt, is gone. A solo home run there for Mookie. First home run of the campaign for him, and the Dodgers move in front now 2-0. I'm excited to check the home run numbers that come out on ShowTrack, because that was just one of the most impressive launches we've seen in a good while. And as the numbers come in, that ball was projected to have carried over 460 feet. An amazing show of strength. And that'll bring up the versatile Max Muncy. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. And he falls behind 0-2. Muncy is a big threat in a matchup like this. He's got a ton of pop against right-handed pitching.
Yeah, I think because of his approach. He's not a dead pull guy. You want to try and sneak a piece of cheese in or hang something over the heart of the plate, he's going to absolutely crush it. But anything going away from him goes right into his bat path.
And it's fouled away. No outs, nobody on. And he fouls this one off. Here he comes again, 1-2. Right side, but it's well foul. Another 1-2 delivery. Fouled off.
Hey, have an AB right here. I know it's frustrating the heck out of the pitcher. You keep fouling these pitches off, maybe one misses over the heart of the plate.
Grounded up the first baseline. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
All right, guys, so here's how the Colorado Rockies set up defensively. And let's focus our attention on shortstop Trevor Story. We get it, big-time power, but also adequate on the defensive side. Taking over after Troy Tulowitzki left couldn't be easy, and Trevor Story did a heck of a job.
In now, Fernando Valenzuela, as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Lifted down the line in left, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. Fouled away. The 1-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And look out. Now that ran in and got it. And intentional or not, you do not want to be hitting pitchers out there.
Oh, boy, pro pitchers belong to a closed fraternity, so you don't usually see that very often. And anytime it does happen, folks start hanging on the top steps of the dugout. These things usually don't go unpunished.
Back to the top of the order now. And in steps a man whose number 42 has been forever retired, Jackie Robinson. From the stretch. Called a strike on the outer half. 0-1. Robinson is just shy of 6 feet at 5'11", a right-handed batter and thrower. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
Walker is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first.
The batter, number 1, shortstop, Pee Wee Reese.
Next up for Los Angeles, Pee Wee Reese. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the AB on its way. 0-1 the count.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
And he takes a cold strike up and out over the plate. 0-2. Valenzuela, the runner at first with 2 gone. And he missed with it. It's 1-2. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Now another 1-2. Outside and low that time. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Man, this guy's a grinder. Fouls off good pitches and doesn't seem to swing at the ones just off the corner. This guy's a pitcher's nightmare.
In the dirt. And he'll just beat the throw to second. He's in there. And a bad time for that as the runner takes second here.
Well, the intent there with that 2-strike pitch was obviously to get him to fish for something he couldn't do a whole lot with, but there's the risk that comes with that as well. If you don't execute or your catcher can't handle it very well, you give up free bases.
Sent on the ground out to second. Rogers picks it up. Throw to first beats him easily, and the side is retired. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. On to the bottom of inning number 2. It's now 2-0 LA. Last half of the second set to go, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Dante Bichette.
You know, these next couple innings are really important for these guys. I know they're only down by a couple, but they need to get something going on offense to keep pace, even though it's early.
Low for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now. Bichette, a former Red Sox, he came here by way of trade earlier this year.
I know he'd tell you he'd like to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected. That's why this guy is great. Never misses over the heart of the plate. He's got electric.
There's a swing and a drive, and everybody's just going to sit back and watch that one fly. A no-doubt home run. Solo shot to right center. Second home run early in the year, and the Rockies have made this a 2-1 ball game.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
Stepping in will be Larry Walker. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. Strike taken up in the zone.
Looked like he was going to wait him out, see if he was going to come over the heart of the plate. Well, newsflash, he is, and this hitter's going to adjust his batting gloves, and he better be ready in the box.
And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now. And he chased it in the dirt. Piazza finds it. He'll throw down to first, one away.
Well, you know you made a real nice pitch when you bounce it in the dirt and you still get the hitter to swing at it. That tells me that there's a lot of deception in that pitch right now.
Brendan Rodgers bats next, as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike two. Rodgers stands at an even 6 feet tall, a right-handed batter and thrower. He was selected in the first round back in the 2015 MLB draft.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
Striding in for the Rockies, Trevor Story. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
1-0.
From an offensive standpoint, this is where you got to push the throttle right here. You've had a couple hits in the inning. You got a 1-0 count leverage. Let's see if he can gap something.
A ball and a strike to Trevor Story. Runner at first here, one man out. Right there at the belt, 1-2 now.
Not the ideal location for a changeup up in the zone, but he got away with it.
Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are two gone.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Elias Diaz the next to hit. Hammered the other way to deep right field. Back goes Betts, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. The tying run comes around all the way from first to score. It's now a 2-2 ball game. And now time will be called here as you see the pitching coach making his way out to the mound to pay a quick visit. Into the box, Antonio Senzatella, as he will take a look at strike one on a fastball right down the pipe. Runner in scoring position with two gone. And that finds the target. 0-2 now.
Hey, I know it's the pitcher at the plate, but he's going to grind it out right here. He's got a chance to help himself. And nothing's a bigger backbreaker to a team than watching the pitcher drive in a run.
Got him swinging as he runs the fastball by him to end the inning. The love of the game runs deep with these folks. More from the show Saturday Baseball following this message and a word from our local stations. Next to bat is the home run hitting legend Duke Snider, as we are all set to begin the third inning in this one. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. And he'll power in a fastball, that time at 94 for strike one.
That elevated fastball right there, that is the biggest change in the game today for me. When I first came up, a lot of guys working that Greg Maddux east to west.
The 1-1 home.
Outside, that's a ball.
They're going to probably stay away from this guy. He's got so much power, you don't want to miss over the heart of the plate. But I think when pitchers try to be too cute on that outside corner, they might leak one a little bit inside, and this is where that guy would jump on.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Boy, there's nothing better from a pitcher standpoint than watching that high fastball, a high piece of cheese, swung at and missed. That pitch looks so inviting to hit, but it's awfully tough to put in play.
So now to the plate, Mike Piazza, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. The 1-0. Piazza with a big swing and a ball sent out to deep left field. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. So a solo shot off the bat of Mike Piazza. First home run of the campaign for him, and it's given the Dodgers a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, everyone in the stadium, including the guy in the mound, knew it was just a matter of time until this guy cranked one out of here. Well, that's the first one of the year, and many more are sure to follow.
To the plate now, Matt Kemp. Look out, hot shot to third, and there are 2 away.
The third baseman, number 6, Trey Turner.
Here now is Trey Turner. And he'll take strike 1 on the inside corner. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. The windup and the 0-1. Strike 2 swinging just out in front of the slider. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Hey, not normally a good plan to throw 3 consecutive sliders in a row, but this guy's slider is so good, I think he might throw it again.
The 1-2.
Ball left outside.
2 out, nobody on. And it's fouled away. And another foul ball. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone.
Hey, this guy's a hard guy to put away. He's fouling off some tough pitches, 2-2 count, and he just seems to keep hanging right in there.
Now the payoff pitch home is swung on and missed. He got him. But the Dodgers add on courtesy of this solo home run. We played 2.5, and Los Angeles has taken a 3-2 lead. Stepping in at the plate, Todd Helton. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
0-1.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
Man, the batter's eyes lit up right there. A hanger just a little bit out in front. Couldn't keep it fair.
Swing and a miss as he starts the third the same way he ended the second with a punch out, 1 away.
Now batting.
So 1 away now in the Colorado third, and up steps Garrett Hampson to bat. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. Weak grounder back to the mound. And that's the second out.
Now batting, third baseman, Vinny.
The batter will be Vinny Castilla. Now the first pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Third inning, already a 3-2 ball game. Popped up, Muncy in foul ground, and that ends the inning. Nothing across here this half of the inning. On now to the top of inning number 4. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Rockies 2. Welcome back to Coors Field in Denver as we check in with Heidi Watney.
Matt, during the break, I caught up with Dave Roberts, the Dodgers skipper, about his lineup's performance so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've been able to push across 3 runs to this point, but they've also made the opposition work extremely hard. He's thrown a lot of pitches, and they think they're going to have a good opportunity to push across a lot more runs as he tires or as they get into that bullpen.
All right, Heidi, thank you. All set for the start of the 4th. And next to bat will be the outfielder, Mookie Betts. First pitch coming. Here it is.
That's the ball.
The 1-0. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Now batting, the first baseman, Max Muncy.
1 gone now in the Dodger 4th, and that'll bring up the big bat of Max Muncy. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And he takes a good swing at that one as this is sent down the line in right, but ultimately into the crowd, a foul ball. 0-1, here it comes. All over that one, but a little out in front, foul ball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And right into the shift, reined in. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
Up next to the Dodgers, the pitcher, Fernando Valenzuela.
So here's the Dodgers pitcher, Fernando Valenzuela. Last time up, he was hit by a pitch. First pitch on its way.
Nope. Counts 1-0.
We're in the fourth. 3-2 is our score. And he popped him up over toward the left side of the infield. Castilla has got it, and the side is retired. Dodgers down in order, but they still lead it 3-2. Bottom of the inning now, and standing in is the veteran outfielder, Dante Bichette.
Well, Matty, we know he's got the timing on the fastball locked in. That's what he got a hold of on that home run in the previous at-bat. You do not come off the heater. Have to be leery of the off-speed, but stay on the fastball. He's got to throw it again.
That's the ball.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0. And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now.
I wonder if that homer rattled him a little bit. He's certainly a little bit more cautious against him this time around.
And he fouls this one off.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
The 2-1 home. Taken on the outside corner for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a crucial count for both pitcher and hitter. So, Dan, what was your approach on the mound in that count? Do you still pitch for the strikeout here?
Action pitch right here, 2-2. The last thing you want to do is to fall behind the count 3-2.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. So after getting the strikeout on the fastball, not a bad time to check out our pitch speed comparison for our 2 starters. And as you see there, just 1 mile an hour separating these 2 arms so far. 96 on one hand, 95 on the other. In now for Colorado, Larry Walker comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First delivery to him.
Ball at the side.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Grounded slowly to the left side. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
Now batting, second baseman, Rogers.
Now to bat, Brendan Rodgers. Here's the first pitch to him.
Hey, this isn't exactly the way you'd like to draw it up. Not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but the bottom line is he's getting outs.
This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Fielded cleanly. Throw on to Muncy, gets him, and with that, they'll end the inning. Pretty painless half of the inning, all told. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. Dodgers lead this one 3-2. All ready to go in the top of the 5th, and that'll bring in the second baseman, Jackie Robinson. Here's the first pitch. Runs up to bunt here, but he missed it for strike 1. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Borderline pitch right there. But as a low ball hitter, you can live with that as long as the umpire doesn't give him north as well.
Line shot to first, and there's one away.
The batter, number 1, shortstop, Pee-wee Reese.
Next for the Dodgers, Pee-wee Reese. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First pitch on the way. Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. Fifth inning of play here in a 3-2 ball game. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. Out in front there as this one's pulled off to the left side. The 1-2. Hit weakly back to the mound. And there's out number 2.
The center fielder, number 3,
Bases are empty here with 2 away. And up next, the great Duke of Flatbush, Duke Snyder. First offering. And a strike called at the letters. Looked high to me, but it's 0-1.
It's been more than 2 innings since this guy's allowed anyone to reach base. He looks pretty unbeatable on the bump right now.
3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Dodgers thus far. Snyder in an 0-2 hole here.
Well, he's following the code not to miss down and into a lefty. Everything on the outer half of the plate.
Down the left field line and deep. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. The next 0-2 is taken. That's ball 1.
Hey, textbook waste pitch right there. Does he go elevated fastball again or something slow below the zone?
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Now here's the pitch. In the air out to left. Left fielder giving chase. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers. They're up 3-2. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Rockies skipper Bud Black between innings, specifically about his club's offensive output to this point. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and coming forward now is the shortstop, Trevor Story. First offering on its way.
What a well-executed fastball right there, down and away. If you're going to do any damage with that pitch, you have to think up the middle the other way, and you have to be diving and leaning out over that thing.
Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Fouled off. Trying to send him packing for the second time. And that's going to be high 2-2 now.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
He's just ringing up strikeouts left and right. But what's really impressive to me, he hasn't walked anyone either. He's just pounding the zone. His stuff is dirty today.
Stepping in now, Elias Diaz. As he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. The 1-0.
That's a ball.
Hey, after the double in his first at-bat, looks like he's trying to pitch around this guy a little bit.
Two runs, 3 hits, no errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
I'd be shocked if this wasn't a 4-pitch walk right here. He doesn't want to mess around and leave something over the heart of the plate and get beat in this situation.
And a fastball misses there, ball 4.
Well, you never want to issue a free pass if you can help it, but when a hitter like that digs in, you'd rather he's standing at first than driving a ball out of here and erasing your 1-run lead.
C.J. Cron will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 25, C.J. Cron.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
That's out.
Diaz leads off first with 1 away. Screwball downstairs, and he falls behind 2-0. 2 balls and a strike to C.J. Cron.
What I love right there is just the freedom in that hack. He ain't trying to do anything but hit the baseball as far as he can.
Now the 2-1. Waves and misses for strike number 2.
2-2.
And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ballgame for him.
You know what was really impressive to me about that strikeout? He fell behind 2-0 to start the at-bat. That's a pretty bad place to be, but then he kind of refocused himself and came right back with 3 quality pitches in a row to sit him down. That's not easy to do, but now his focus has to hone in on getting ahead on the next guy.
Todd Helton is at the plate as he watches ball 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2.
Now this is the kind of count this guy feeds on at the plate. You can bet he's geared to hit the fastball right here.
The 2-0.
3-0.
Taking all the way. It's 3-1 now. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Below the zone, a swing and a miss.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
Fouled away. And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
Striding in is Garrett Hampson, trying here to plate the tying run from second. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. In the dirt here. And the runners will stay put here on ball 1. 2 down, runners at first and second. Rockies center fielder looking at a 2-0 count now.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
Here's the 2-0. Could have been 3-1. Instead, it's 2-2.
This pitcher's bringing it with some high velo. You better get that front foot down early and get ready, or he's going to throw it right by you.
Drilled on the ground is short. And the inning will end as they're unable to cash in with 2 outs. A couple of walks, but no damage. Back with more on this fine Saturday night following this. Daniel Bard will come on in relief as he'll make his second appearance of the season so far. So here's the cleanup hitter, Mike Piazza. A hit and 2 tries for him so far.
Yeah, Matt, and going back to that last at-bat when he hit the homer, that was a fastball that was up in the zone. This guy likes the ball up in the zone, so if I'm on the mound right now, I'm thinking try to keep the ball at the knees and below. He doesn't handle that low pitch quite as well.
Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
You got to love guys auto taking you 0-0 if you're on the mound. You could steal that first strike, and now you go to work, just picking apart the corners.
A 1 pitch on its way. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Action now in that Colorado pen as a southpaw has stood up to throw out there. Two and 1 to Piazza.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Boy, he just threw that fastball by him.
Ooh-wee. That was some smoke right there. High fire right on by.
This one sinks low on a touch outside. It's a full count, 3-2.
Hey, they tried to tie him up on that last pitch, so I like that they went away with this one. The execution didn't work, but I like the idea behind it.
Popped up. Helton is there for it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, left fielder, Matt Kemp.
Now at the plate here is Matt Kemp. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
1-0.
Right-hander against right-hander, as this is a ball, 1-0. Ball 2. Now the 2-0 is swung on and missed. Strike 1.
Hey guys, that fastball just registered 97 miles an hour. On a night like tonight where it's super cold out, if you don't get to head to that baseball right there and you get jammed, it's almost like getting stung by a pack of wasps.
Count even at 2-2. Here's the pitch. And this is swung out and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 6th inning. So 2 gone now for the Dodgers in the 6th. And in the bat is Trey Turner. First pitch on its way. And he takes ball 1.
Well, he punched out the last guy, but he didn't get any favors from the blue on the first pitch in this at-bat. Probably should be ahead of this hitter instead of behind.
3-2s are scored here in inning number 6. That's inside. 2-0.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
Two and one to count to Trey Turner.
Boy, what a time to pull the string on him. On 2-0, there's no way anyone's thinking changeup. So if you can locate it, that's pretty much unhittable.
Oh, textbook slider there, and he's back at even 2-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Pulls this one in the air out to left. He's under it, and that ends the inning. Dodgers down in order, and it remains a 3-2 ball game. And stepping in, Vinny Castilla. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far.
The third baseman, Vinny Castilla.
First offering. Lays off 1-0. Here's the pitch. Tough to do much with that one. A swing and a miss.
Ooh, that was ugly. Howdy, if you're waving at me.
And it's fouled away. High in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Hey, I know the idea is to try to get the guy to swing on a 2-2 pitch, right? But that one was so low, I don't know anybody that would have swung at that pitch.
Into the corner and slicing foul. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And he'll finally just wear him down as this one swung on and missed for the first out.
I think that curveball is a big reason why he's able to turn things around in this start after a rough beginning. It's got some good bite to it. So that tells me he's doing a nice job of snapping it off out front. Really finishing that pitch like you're supposed to.
Standing in now, Dante Bichette. As he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike one. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Man, this guy's really pitched well so far, attacking the strike zone, and he's really kept these hitters off balance.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Hit sharply on the ground to the left. And a base hit into left field, so they've got themselves a 1-out base runner.
Dan, count goes out the window with this batter right here. It doesn't matter if it's 0-2, 2-0.
He has great bat-to-ball skills. There are some guys that just have a knack, B-row, of being able to get the barrel to the ball, and this is one of those guys.
At the plate, Larry Walker, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one. He's 0-for-2 in the ballgame so far. He's off for second. Pulled toward right center field. On the move is Betts. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Up next for Colorado, the second baseman.
Ready now is Brendan Rodgers. He bounced out last time up. First pitch on the way.
Oh, that's that.
Hey, this guy's got to be pretty proud of what he's done so far. It's never easy to pitch on the road, but to have this kind of outing in a ballpark that is notoriously known as being hitter-friendly, it's been a treat to watch.
The 1-0 home. Now a ball hit high in the air out to center field. Schneider is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. One left for Colorado. They trail 3-2. Number 63 will take the ball now as the new pitcher.
Now pitching for the Rockies, number 63.
Seventh inning ready to roll, and digging in is the outfielder Mookie Betts.
The right fielder, Mookie Betts.
First offering. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch.
Put that in the memory bank. First time he breaks out a curveball right there, and it's a pretty good one.
Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now. Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
Wow, from 0-2 to 3-2, and that last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy in the ropes, but now he let him right back into this at bat.
Pulled high in the air out to left field. Walker has him played perfectly as he puts it away for out number 1.
Now batting, the first baseman, Max Muncy.
Next up is Max Muncy. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. First pitch coming. Here it is. In there at the knees. Strike 1. One and one to the Dodgers first baseman. The 1-1.
Inside, ball 2.
Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. Two and 2.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
Here now the 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
3-2 counts are usually a time to challenge the hitter, but I think he'll be careful here. Shoot for the corner, and if you miss and you walk him, so what? That's better than him putting one in the seats.
1 out, nobody on. This is popped up. And he'll squeeze this one for the second out.
Up next for the Dodgers, the pitcher, Fernando Valenzuela.
Next up, Fernando Valenzuela. He was retired after popping out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, I don't mind him trying to drive the ball in the air, but he can't collapse the backside, and that's exactly what he did in his last at-bat. Look for him to stay a little taller and keep that upper half a little bit more over him.
And he misses inside with that one, ball 1.
You know, because this is just a one-run game, this doesn't strike me as a situation where he's going to be working around a guy. I think he's going to challenge him right here.
Up top, it's 2-0.
Can't fall behind against the pitcher. Need to minimize pitch count against the easy outs, and this is certainly one of them.
Now the 2-0. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Fastball is taken for a strike, and he runs it full 3-2. A bouncer up the middle. And the pitcher's got himself a base hit.
Hey, that's a win-win right there. Solid AB by the pitcher after battling, making this pitcher work and executing and getting a result. Job well done.
Into the box, Jackie Robinson, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 on the way. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Left fielder giving chase. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. 1 left for LA, but they still lead it 3-2. Last half of the 7th here, and next will be the speed threat, Trevor Story.
The shortstop, Trevor Story.
Here's the first pitch. And he just keeps rolling along as he starts another batter out with strike 1. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. The windup and the 0-1. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control, 0-2.
Something that stood out to me in this game is the lineup's lack of a solid plan at the plate. Seems like way too many guys are chasing pitches out of the zone and trying to hit pitchers like that one down and away. There's no success in that.
Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his 3rd tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out, a strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
Elias Diaz comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And he misses with it, 1-1. And through 6 1/3, he's about to hit the 100 pitch mark now.
Hey, you know, Matty V, this is all you can ask for as a manager in today's game in baseball. Very rarely do we see guys get through the 7th inning. So he's through the 6th here with 1 out, and Mark DeRosa, so far so good, a pretty decent outing.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be batter to batter here for the manager if he's going to continue to ride this hot hand or if he's going to go to the bullpen.
Now the 2-1. It's a fastball that misses.
Oh, that's a tough call for Blue right there. Either way you call it, somebody doesn't like it. But hey, that's the life of an umpire.
The 3-1. Softly hit toward the hole. Flips it behind his back. On to first, and there are 2 down.
The bat, number 63.
Number 11 will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Number 11.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
Ball 1, no strike.
2 out, nobody on. And that's right there, and we're even at 1. Offered it a low one there, but came up empty. Two and 2 now with 2 away and the base is empty. Off the outside that time as the breaking ball can't catch the zone. Todd Helton would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
And when your pitch count gets over 100, you've got to expect them to lose a little bit of accuracy out there. And I think if he gets in any more trouble, they might come get him. We'll see if he can finish strong.
Here comes the Dodger manager making his way toward the mound. And we're going to see a pitching change as that's going to do it for his starter here tonight. So he'll depart with the lead and a chance to be the winner, but he is responsible for the tying run at first. Corey Knebel takes over pitching duties, looking to get that final out now here in this 7th inning.
Corey Knebel.
Todd Helton will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away. From the stretch. Now a ball ripped into deep center field. And he'll pull this one down a step or 2 in front of the warning track, and the inning is over. Rockies strand 1, still a 3-2 ball game. Carlos Estevez will come on out of the bullpen as he'll be appearing in his 3rd game this season. Ready to begin the 8th, and stepping in as the veteran shortstop, Pee Wee Reese. Here's the first pitch. Drops one down here, and he'll try to beat it out. And the throw will be too late, so it's a bunt single to get him started here.
Up next for the Dodgers, the center fielder, Duke Snyder.
Into the box now, Duke Snyder, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike one. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
He's had to be sitting out over that outer half of the plate. For him to take those first two pitches right there, finds himself 0-2. I'll be surprised if the pitcher doesn't go right back to that spot.
Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit. Reese aboard here at first with nobody out. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2.
That's a good job right there. You very rarely see pitchers double up where they go a pitch inside. Normally they'll go back outside, but he followed that up with another pitch on the inside part of the plate.
Oh, and they pulled the string on a good changeup there as he swings and misses, and he's set down on strikes for the second time tonight. Time to bring you up to date on the numbers for our two starters. It's our starter comparison, and the hometown nine have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen. Mike Piazza will stride in one more time as we flash you back to earlier. This was a big blow right here as he leaves the yard with plenty to spare. First pitch on the way, and boy, a high strike called there. That's not all that consistent, but it's strike one.
Hey, great job pounding the zone. Strike one. When you got a great hitter in the box, got to get ahead. Count leverage is a must.
Here's the 0-1 pitch.
Ball, that pitch is out.
In for strike two.
Wow, not sure what you're looking for right there, but that one was pretty much middle center cut. Tough pitch to take.
This one, everything we could have hoped for. 3-2 in inning number 8. Popped him up. Helton is over now, and he's got it for route number 2.
Now batting, left fielder, Matt Kemp.
So now to the plate, Matt Kemp. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one, and we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. From the belt, the pitch. Oh, back-to-back tough pitches, and he's down 0-2 now.
Boy, this is one of those ABs you like to hit the rewind button on. Put himself in a tough spot now, hitting with 2 strikes.
On its way, the 0-2 pitch. And this one's in the dirt. Good job there as the count goes to 1-2. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2.
Hey, expect a challenge right here. Does not want to run the count full.
Runners on the move for second. He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. Dodgers leave one. They're up 3-2. Now it'll be Garrett Hampson.
Leading up for the Rockies, the center fielder, number 1.
He's set and the pitch.
1-0.
The 1-0 misses off the plate.
You'll hear me say this time after time up here in the booth. You fight so hard to get into these counts. 1-0, 2-0, 3-1. They don't happen often. This is a huge spot. Count leverage. Look for him to get loose on a fastball right here.
3-0 to him now. Lays off, ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Man, that's a tough one to swallow. You're hanging on to a slim lead, and the last thing you want to do is give up a leadoff walk. Seems like those are the ones that always come back to haunt you. So we'll see if that's the case here.
So a runner at first now with nobody out. And up next will be Vinny Castilla. From the belt, kicks and deals.
With that base running threat on first base, man, does that change the pitcher's whole mentality. This guy at the plate should assume nothing but heaters coming right at him.
Here's a strike with the breaking ball. It's 1-2.
I can't imagine that pitcher was trying to put it right over the heart of the plate. Thank God he took that pitch right there, or he'd be getting one back from the umpire.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Has a look, now the pitch. Oh, on the ground to short. Could this be 2? The throw to Robinson. On to first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball game, as there are quickly 2 away now.
Well, they got the tying run on base, but one ground ball later, and it's gone. He's going to be frustrated with himself after that.
Blake Trinan enters here looking to get the final out before the 9th inning.
Number 49, Blake Trinan.
At the plate now, Dante Bichette, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. And a slider stays outside and he falls behind 2-0.
If you've been paying attention, the guy on the mound does not want to come inside. If I'm at the plate, I'm leaning out over.
Now a swing and a miss at a slider for a strike.
That's 3 straight sliders in a row. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if he went to that well a 4th time. I'd be looking heater.
And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike 2. Just off the end of the bat, it's a foul ball, and he'll stick around. Now another 2-2. To short. innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Rockies are down quietly. They're down 3-2. Scott Oberg enters from the pen to start the ninth inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the ninth. So striding in to start the ninth is Trey Turner, trying to pad their lead here before the bottom of the inning. First pitch on the way.
Well, they've really had an answer for keeping him in check in this series. He's offered very little resistance with the bat in his hand so far.
And this catches the inside corner. Good spot there. It's 0-2. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Rogers scoops it up. Off balance throw, but he couldn't get enough on it, so it'll be scored as an infield single.
Now batting.
You know, D-Roll, that looked like a base hit all the way up the middle. A nice job there by the second baseman to get to it and make that jump throw to first base.
Yeah, one of the tougher plays in our game. A lot of great second basemen in our sport make this look easy, but I'll tell you what, it's not. To throw the ball to first base while your entire body and momentum is headed towards left field is one of the most difficult things to do in our sport.
Mookie Betts will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the second inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
He'll take that first pitch strike all day long. If they're going to take 0-0, he's going to pound that zone and get ahead. Much more susceptible down 0-1 than 1-0.
Throw over to the bag, and the runner back in standing. Turner gets his lead at first, nobody out. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Now a fastball gets the upper part of the zone for strike two. And he fouls this one off. And that misses 2-2.
In today's game, everybody's trying to work off the mound north-south, trying to elevate that heater. He wanted that pitch right there, but I can tell you as an offensive player, I'd rather give you 6 inches off east-west than to have you call that high fastball.
That misses, and it's going to set up a big pitch now, 3-2.
Well, the 1-2 pitch didn't go his way, and now a miss there on 2-2. You know he doesn't want this at bat to get away from him, so I think we're going to see a challenge pitch on a full count.
Now the 3-2 pitch gets him looking up around the letters. Next, here is Max Muncy. He got under one and popped out his last time up. First pitch of the AB on its way. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball one. The 1-0 is in there for strike one.
When you're hitting at the bottom of the order, you better be keyhole in the middle of the plate. You cannot allow pitches like that to go by.
Now a move over to first, and he'll dive back in. A ball and 2 strikes now.
Talk about challenging a guy. He offered up 2 in a row right down the chute, and the batter didn't even flinch. Gotta wonder what he was looking for.
And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. 1 out, 1 on in a 1-run game. Throw over to first in the dirt, and oh, he can't quite dig it out. The 2-2. There's a ball low. He misses with a changeup.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
Now the payoff pitch home. And he lays off here. A nice job. It's ball 4. First and second now with 1 away.
Now batting, the pitcher.
A.J. Pollock will get the call to pinch hit here, and he'll find he has a couple of runners aboard with only 1 out in the inning. First offering. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. High and deep to right center. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch. Turner rounds the corner and is headed home. Is in time, and he's cut down at the plate as they team up to gun him down. 1 left for L.A., and it remains a 3-2 ball game. Eric Gagne comes on looking for a save here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Number 38, Eric Gagne.
All set for the bottom of the 9th. And up next will be Larry Walker.
The left fielder, Larry Walker.
First pitch of the AB now. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now.
Not even close with the 1-0. He needs to get back in the zone, but be careful. Work the quadrants.
2-0 pitch on the way.
3 balls, no strikes.
I'm seeing him just a little too amped up out there right now. That's common with hard throwers like him. Running a blazing fastball up there is great, but if you can't harness it, what good does it do you?
Three and 1 to the Rockies left fielder.
Big fastball is definitely this guy's MO coming out of the bullpen.
And this is taken for ball 4. So just like that, the tying runs aboard to start the home half.
Well, there's only a 1-run cushion to play with, so he's got to be upset after he walked the leadoff man here. Go-ahead run comes to the plate, and there are no outs. This could be a very interesting inning.
Stepping in once again is Brendan Rodgers. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Set, here it comes. Now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Showing bunt, but he winds up taking ball 1. 1-1. And he pops up the bunt attempt. Gagne is there, and he has it for the out. But they'll just get the one out here as the runner will get back safely at first. Next, it'll be Trevor Story. 3 at-bats for him in this one, all ending with him going down on strikes. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
Hey, this offense has this closer in trouble right here. They have to find a way to keep applying pressure. I don't know. Everybody top step in the dugout. Get on this guy and make him nervous.
From the belt, the pitch.
Ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Walker, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Fouled off. Had to wait back on the changeup, and he did a good job just to make contact. Here's another 1-2.
Ball, that's out.
Fouled away. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
You can certainly tell at bats like this one frustrate the heck out of a pitcher. But you got to find a way to stay composed and execute your plan.
And he just manages to get his hand in. He's set. Here's the 3-2. And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts.
That's a big strikeout there with the tying run over at first base. Now, with 2 outs, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that guy home. Probably need a ball in the gap to give him a chance.
To the plate now, Elias Diaz. A ball and no strikes. Hoping to discourage a steal attempt with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
Now here's a fly ball. Well hit. Back goes Betts. Still going back. And that ball is gone! Santa Maria, game over. So a 2-run homer down the line in right, and none bigger than that one as this ball game is over.
Well, they say better late than never, and that's obviously something that he takes to heart as he puts a charge in one for a walk-off homer. Got to be the best feeling in all of baseball.
And it's a 4-3 finish in this evening's ball game. Colorado came through when it mattered in the 9th on the way to the win. Scott Oberg claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Rockies, 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. For the Dodgers, 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 6 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.